All right. Your old buddy Timmy here with who am I with? Oh yeah. Hey, it's your old buddy Timmy here with Awana Reels. This is a 4-inch salmon steelhead. Lovely, lovely reel. Also, I'm representing Boss Fly Lines now. And I'm gonna give you guys the greatest tip ever if you're looking to buy a nice rod. The LL Bean Sreamlight 14-foot 9-weight. Now I've cast it with the Boss lines, and it's a little bit soft in the tip. For a longer line, I need the 7/8, and I didn't bring the 7/8 with me. 7/8 Boss mid. It threw some beautiful loops with the longer Boss lines, the long and the medium and the 8/9. But I was like, man, they're just a little heavy. I didn't have a rod. I didn't have a line for this rod until I dug around in my bag and I got a 420 Rio Scandi short. And so I got like an 18-foot leader on this thing. And this rod, 14-foot 9, you know, nice cork and hardware and stuff. I mean, it's light as a feather. Really nice rod, really nice stick. It's got alignment dot, an alignment line. See how you line up I apparently need to realign it, but you line up this dot with that line right there, shove them together. I need to check my ferrules more often. But this rod is so sweet with a Scandi head on it. So I got a 420 Scandi head, which is like an 8-weight or a 7-weight, okay, for what I like. And this thing just throws bullets with this thing. It's amazing. So I got a 9-weight, 14-foot rod and a Scandi head, which I didn't even think to bring. And it just throws, just dimes. It's just amazing what a great rod this thing is with a Scandi line. I didn't get any on video because I was casting mid-bellies, but with the longer lines it bends quite a bit, but with this super light Scandi head, it throws just like a Scandi rod should. I got a cast left-handed. Just bangs that reel. That's amazing. What a nice little Scandi rod. Boom. Right into the wind like that, man. It's just throwing darts. I'm looking forward to putting my 7/8 on this. My 7/8 Boss mid. Man, what a dart thrower. So anyway, Awana and, in this case, LL Bean, what a combination. I got this thing for 188 bucks, shipped to my door. I'm not associated with them, but if you want a nice little Scandi stick, you have to underline it. You know, you can't. But I will say this thing casts the 910 Boss mid belly Spey line, and it bent. It was a little squishy, but once it bent so far, it quit bending. So it handled it pretty decently. But with this thing, it just really is a nice Scandi rod. You could throw a little bit bigger Scandi on here, no doubt. But it's really a nice light rod, man. You cannot go wrong. Okay, if you wanted to go cheaper, you know, get the Max Catch 13.6, 8.9. That thing's a gun, and it's even cheaper than this. But this, I could get my act together. This thing really it overheads good, Scandi casts good. This is the buy of the century right here. See, you know, it is what it is. I mean, it's got some filler in there, of course. And the hardware it's decent. It's a nice stick for the money. It's unbelievable. Anyway, do yourself a favor if you're on a budget. And you like the cast Scandi heads. I'm gonna do some more. I'll cast some more. I think it'd do Skagit. It'll do mid belly if it's a light one, lighter than a 9 weight. For my liking, I like them to not bend a whole heck of a lot. There. But if you like them to bend, load them up with a mid belly. But it'll throw a Skagit. It'd probably do anything if you line it right. The secret is in getting the right line on these things and not doing that. All right, I'm getting it. Anyway, you're welcome. The thing about these Boss lines is they have really good turnover. They're not like super heavy in the ass end with a tiny front taper. The grains are spread out, so there's still plenty of weight in the back end, but a lot of good turnovers for good fishing lines that cast easy. Okay. I'm down here with the LL Bean Sreamlight 14-foot 9 weight floating mid belly Spey line. The Boss mid is a smooth mid belly Spey line, very easy to cast, great fishing line. I think I'll be fishing with this a lot this year. It's long enough to require a traditional Spey cast, depending on your rod length. For this 14-footer, it's great for Spey casting. I would probably go to a 7/8 on this LL Bean Sreamlight. It's a little kind of a medium action rod. Doesn't really, not necessarily a traditional Spey rod, but with the right line, I think the 7/8 mid would be just terrific on this rod. But they cast really easy and you can make the real bark. I was casting it on my 15-foot Bruce and Walker Power Light earlier, and it's a fabulous. That is so easy and so nice on a 15-foot rod. I don't like casting mid bellies on such as like I don't really care for casting long lines on short rods. I got this Sreamlight for casting longer lines. Okay, but and it's for, I got this 14-footer for casting longer lines, but I don't like to cast longer lines on much shorter than 14 or 13/6. Like, so for a Boss mid, 13/6 would be the longest I care to cast. 14-foot I think is more ideal, and 15-foot is like a Scandi. They just go like crazy. They go pretty good on this too. So another thing is, these Boss heads really excel with a little extra overhang, like especially on this rod. This rod's a little bit soft in the tip, so it's not gonna really take commanding authority over the line. But if I put in about 5 or 6 feet of overhang, it really helps this rod to perform. Okay, so little extra overhang. You know, sometimes if a line like this feels a little heavy, I might shorten the leader. So I shortened this to like rod length or 15 feet. But it might do better with 12 feet, 13 feet, just to lighten the load. Just a few extra feet sometimes makes a big difference. But you'll see, I put the 8/9. This is the 8/9 mid. I put the 9/10 mid on it, and it bogged it down a little, but I felt like it performed a little better. So I'm trying to find the sweet spot with this rod. I think it's going to be the 7/8 Boss mid, but adding that extra overhang, you know, and just me getting used to the rod. This thing just, these are sweet lines. Really happy to be associated with Gene. And looking forward to casting a lot of these Boss long and Boss mid Spey lines. Another thing when you're undergunned a little bit rod-wise, make really sure to get proper bottom hand push and pull to really get the power. That is one good thing about not having the perfect equipment all the time. I need a 7/8 for this, or a Scandi head. But little overhang, little shorter leader, little more underhand. Really making sure I'm just pounding that, not pounding it, but smooth application of power Smooth application of power, plenty of bottom hand. You know, you gotta have top hand too, but having that bottom hand really go to work when you have a little bit of an undergun rod for your situation. See how good that worked? Throwing it up in the air helps too. There, that's better. That wasn't a very tight loop. Got to really push with that bottom hand. Make sure you're getting the most out of the rod. Angle change. Okay, little extra overhang. That's about 6 feet. Crappy loop, but I felt the load really good. Try it again. Good lot of overhang. There. Oh, it was off camera, but that was a bullet. So 6 or 7 feet of overhang, and these boss lines really, actually all lines probably could use a little overhang, but okay, that's a little too much. Out there, 5 feet. Oh, shitty anchor. There, a lot of overhang, top hand, top high stop. I cannot talk today. But you'll see in the earlier videos how great this line casts, the beautiful loops it makes. That hurt. There, nice loop, lot of bottom hand, high rod stop. There's a bullet. Okay, that's fun. That's fun. Anyway, Boss Mid, great fishing line, easy to cast, good turnover. Something wrong with their shirts though. This makes me look fat. Can't figure it out.